Hello, guys. Oh my God. Hello, Jesus Christ. Finally, finally. Feedback. Okay, let me close it. Let me close the windows. Okay. Oh my God. This was tough. Okay, so now I close my window. So I just see Zoom. I can't close internet. I close internet. I close it. I close it. So guys, that's a problem. That's a problem because now I cannot see comments. Okay, so now, oh my God, I can't win. I cannot win today, huh? Cannot win. So I'm gonna mute. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna mute this one. So okay, so I don't hear what I talk, what I say. Okay. Oh my God. Hello, hello. Oh my God. So I don't know what it was, guys. It's so strange. So it's the difference is it's not the same. Okay. In some ways, it's better to have the YouTube version. Okay. Clearly, it's much easier, and I don't know how to explain it. It's a complicated story. How having this different links, different streams, or whatever. So I don't know. It sounds like now you might want to, I don't know. It sounds like most of you can hear it, right? Most of you can hear it. Okay. So I don't, I don't know, guys. I can't right now. It's bad. You know what? The bottom line is, I think it's still better to do the YouTube version. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. But for now, that's what I have today because I was excited. Now I cannot be excited no more. It's cannot win. Cannot win. Yeah. Yeah. So because I want to show you things. I can draw. I can draw. I can do things. I can have different things. I'm very excited about. So today, okay, I don't know. Let's see. Finally, today. Let's say we can watch news together. Okay, Washington Post. Let's go. Just so I show you. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm curious. I am curious here. Okay, curious. I am curious. Okay, so I just want to show because then we can have. You know what I thought would be amazing, because it would make the questions so much more interesting. Okay, so here you could probably see now the newspaper. See newspaper here. Okay, can you see the newspaper as I'm there, right? New York Post. I'm sorry, Washington Post. Can you see it? It's very exciting. Very exciting for me. Very excited. Love it. So here we're going to click together. Okay. So here are the news, because guys, the thing about this. Oh, here you can see me together and with news together. Yeah, news. So you could see me and see news together, right? So I feel like so much of, because you know what it is, so much of what I do here has to do with the news, that it's amazing. It would be nice that we can see news together, and the before, know what I mean, before, after, and everything like that. Oh, news. See, so one of the things that obviously I want to talk about today is this. Let's see, guys. Thank you for being patient. I'm not perfect, clearly. I'm not perfect. Not perfect here. But you could see that is information. Oh, do I not have cards? I had cards early. What happens? What happened? Oh my God, guys, this would be the worst. What do you mean I don't have cards? What are you talking about? I just saw it. I saw cards just now. What happened? What happened? Oh my God. Oh shit, guys, what a mess. I'm a mess today. I'm a mess. So you see what I'm saying? I can't see the thing. Jesus. Okay, what is it? What is it? Oh, broadcast here. So I can't see, there's a lot, guys. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So, oh, okay. Oh, now, oh my God, this is embarrassing because it shows. You see what I'm saying? It shows. Oh, what does it know here? Okay. So, it's like, it's complicated. Oh my God, it's very complicated, this guy. So I'm figuring it out, okay, as we go along. So not going so well today, trying to make things trying too hard, okay? So here, let's go back here, okay? Pause share, okay? So anyway, so here we are together. Oh, so maybe it should be better. Should go back. Oh my God. You know what? It was good before. It was nice when it could just work. Should do the thing that we wanted to do. Yeah. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. When it just did a stream, the basic. Try to do too many things, doesn't work. Doesn't work. No, no, no. So, oh my God. Now we what? Stop share. Okay. So, Right. So, oh no, no, oh no. So, okay. So anyway, so here I am, guys. I'm sorry. I really apologize for today's technical problems. It's the worst day, technically speaking, ever. Okay. So, but it's all right. I try. It was good intentions. Good intentions. It was good intentions. Oh no. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, because you know what it is, guys. To be honest, I started using Zoom. I started on readings. Like, person is amazing. The sound is so great, but it clearly doesn't work like this on when you try to like attach it to the. Unfortunately, you know what it is, because you know, I just feel like, you know what it is. I feel like this is what next I might try to have you guys all download Zoom. Maybe I'm like obsessed about it, but it's okay. Next time I'm just gonna do the basics because it works. The great thing about the basics, it works. It works. Yeah, it works. No, it's very good. Yeah. So you know what I mean. So this is it. This is it. Okay. So okay, guys. Sorry, I'm so late because here I am trying. I'm trying to do this and it doesn't work. Doesn't work. So anyway, so let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get started finally here. Okay. So okay, guys. So let's go to Marie. Okay, I have cards. I have everything. So let's go to Marie. Do we go to Marie or do we go somewhere else? I'm just gonna ask for protection. Okay, beautiful. Really like coming top my head as I breathe in. Feel my legs and breathe out. Project light out. Project light outward. Create a circle. Step into connected, protected. Say create on the good and. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to get started, guys. Sorry about that. It is very awkward. Okay, maybe I should next time because it worked when I tried it. So I'm sorry to tell you this. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. So anyway, so going back here. So guys, let me do visions. I have cards, but let's do visions. Okay. Let's go to the Marie Yovanovitch. So the thing about this ambassador speaking, guys, I feel like it's not just about the fact that she told the truth. For, when was the last time you saw a person speaking the unadulterated, oh my God, unadulterated truth or something, the complete truth, right? Because I feel, guys, even Mueller and all those people, I mean, I guess we saw a Comey and so forth. They were speaking lawyer language. They're like, no, but this is, it's like it was so measured. And this is a woman who's like told it like it is. Especially because she was fired. She's the victim of all of this on top of like the Ukraine, you know what I mean? She's the real victim here. She's the one they wanted to fire. So she knows what she's talking about, and she has 30 years of experience in her job. So that alone, right? That's plenty. Okay. So anyway, so I feel like that, that there, I wonder, my question really is, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be more people telling the truth in public, because, it's one thing to be a whistleblower, and I'm glad they are private, but what about somebody like her? If she speaks, could other people speak? Is there more people going to come? They're going to show up and tell the truth. Okay. Because, guys, and I'm sorry to say, not sorry, I keep saying sorry all the time, but have you noticed how it has to always be the women? It has to be the woman who's going to risk something. Isn't it strange how all these men, all of them, so powerful, so wealthy, whatever the hell, it has to be a woman? It's unreal. Why can't it, why can't a man, if you think like, oh, aren't they so powerful? Aren't they so, it has to be a woman who's going to just tell it like it is. It's so strange. She's not afraid. She clearly is not afraid. She's like, what do I have to lose? She's like, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to tell the truth. It's it's bizarre, but it's something you notice, because then they're also afraid of Fiona Hill. Okay. Fiona Hill, they're like, oh, Fiona Hill's coming. She's talking. It's like, it's unreal, but it has to be the way, because, the men, for whatever reason, I think I don't know, men have this bizarre thing. They want to be like buddies with the other men or something. It's so strange. I don't know what it is. It's bizarre that it has to be how many. Okay, think about the percentage of men to women. Why is it always the women that have the courage? Okay, I'm sorry, that's a fact. That's just a fact. It's sad, it's sad, because I wish the men would have more courage. Why? Okay, let me actually ask that, because it's something I noticed really. I don't know, I couldn't help it, like, you know what I'm saying, like that. Very upsetting. Okay, very upsetting. Okay, no, really. Okay, so let's. Okay, so why? Okay, so why is it? Okay, let's put it. So why is it that the women? Why is this with her, and why? Because, oh, interesting. She's saying, because you know what? This woman has nothing to rely on. Those men have networks, and a lot of the existence of these men have to do with the existence of these networks, and they protect the networks. Women, usually when you get to, I mean, it's like a lot of times it's saying, women, when you get to a certain level of success, it means that you may have a lot of times worked a lot harder than men. And if you lose your position, there's no network that's going to prop you up. You know what I mean? So that for men, it's sort of more automatic. Men have this more tribal thing. Women are the women that are kind of prominent in something. They are always trailblazers in a different way. And men are like supporters. It's sort of like it's the keepers of the tribe. So it's, oh my God, so interesting. It's like, it's just saying that this is why it's difficult to change the cultures of power, because in order for men to get powerful, not all they have to do, it's much more about following a certain path, and the path is open to you, no questions asked. Whereas for women, it has more to do with like just the work, and the social is kind of like on the side, or you're not rewarded for socializing as like the men are. Okay, so interesting. No, interesting. Just thought it was quite interesting, quite interesting. Exactly. So, but it shows, it's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's it's like she doesn't, because it's saying here, this woman, if she does, nobody, because the men, okay, because it's showing here the men who would like to hire her, they're going to look around, they're going to see, what about the other men, are they going to be okay, what do they think, do they think it's okay if I hire her? I mean, she's good, but hey, it threatens the status quo, because it's saying men are conservative by nature in the weird, it's interesting. It's saying men are conservative by nature, and they try to keep this. It's really like even the men that are kind of like quote unquote alternative, whatever. It's about keeping a certain status quo. It's something almost unconscious. So men, it's all about. Isn't that weird that we think like the men are much more radical in some way, or stronger, or take more risks? But in reality, the women are the ones that kind of have to pay a price. So they know that if there's nothing holding them back. There's no real, right? Fascinating. It's fascinating. It's just fascinating. Fascinating, really. How, you know what I mean? Think about these men that have so much power. You would think that they have nothing to lose, right? Because they already earned everything. But no, it's the opposite. Is the more powerful you are, the more you think of the network. So anyway, so there she was. Okay, so tell me about her. She was determined. She knows the truth. She knows because she knows from experience. They're saying here, she knows it from every angle. She knows it from the professional angle. She knows from the personal angle. She knows from the intelligence angle. She knows everything. Like she knows it from observing her own situation from a professional perspective. She knows who these people are in terms of intelligence. She also knows, like, from the emotional experience of observing how they want to take her down. Okay, so that's the story. So what happens next? Trump is again discombobulated. He could not believe, guys, you know what it is? This is what I was telling you before. It's interesting here, very fascinating. Because remember how people say, oh, but be careful, Rose, because people are they're very aggressive. They are aggressive. Be careful. And that's what it shows, is that when he realizes that people are not afraid of him, he doesn't know what to do, because all he has is fear. You see what I'm saying? So it's fascinating. This is the answer, guys. You don't fall, when people yell at you and say these mean things or whatever, don't act, because it's all about a mental game of creating fear. Because, guys, it's saying it's one thing if let's say you're the president of Turkey, where you could truly put people in prison. And this is not, it's like they're saying they want to convert the mind. So they want people to get the mindset to believe that the president is like a dictator. He is not. He wants people to believe that. So that's why. And it's like the moment a person says, no, you're not. And guys, think about it. She is not truly doing one thing that's radical, like something quote unquote radical. What she really is doing, she's telling the truth. So you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like she's just telling the truth from her own experience, instead of like, And she's not really a politician. She's just an ambassador. In other words, it's not as if she has even the time to think, oh, strategize. What do I think? What do I, So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. So this is it. He's like, he doesn't know what to do, because the only way, guys, the only way, it's fascinating. The only way that those people can win is if they feel that we are afraid. This is why it's so, how I say all the time, don't be afraid or whatever, but this is it. Because when and of course, this is a different situation if you are in countries where you could truly, like Iran, in different countries, I'm not saying even Iran, many countries are like this. If you attack certain people or just tell the truth, truth is dangerous, okay? In most countries, the truth is dangerous, okay? But you can still, if you can just, it's like, that's what it is, disarmed. Trump is disarmed. He's like, what? Like, I can yell at her, she doesn't care. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. And I don't care, if people are like yelling at, like, and it's saying here, the thing about this woman, she's not on Twitter like you guys. She has a life and she goes to her job. That's her life. And so Twitter is like a fantasy world in a way, right? So she knows that she doesn't care. And if people, and she's saying, as an ambassador, she's witnessed things, she knows what it's like. But they, it's a national security issue, the job like that. But she's not afraid. And if you stop being afraid, then he has nothing. And it's saying, guys, that we're going to look back and we're going to look at the time of fear when a clown could, it's saying like people are going to study in the future the way that people used to be scared of clowns, and how Trump is just a clown, but people were scared of him. How bizarre. There was a time when people were, guys, sometimes you look at, if you have ever taken anthropology classes, there's all these stories, okay? There was all these stories that you've seen, a lot of things that you read in anthropology seem very strange when you study different tribes. And that's one day they're going to look back at us and think, oh my God, look at these people. The clown showed up one day and they believe him just because he yelled. They're like, wow, think about it. So, because, this is what I was saying, guys, all the time. This guy is so small. Trump is so small. If we think about it, he's so small. And so this is it. The moment you tell the truth, and it's because, guys, this is the thing about abusive personalities and environments. It's all about fear. What is it? In other words, saying here, what is an abusive environment? An abusive environment is an environment where fear is the main currency. So in other words, so that you have to, existence is about fear. In other words, you have to be constantly watching your back, and it's all about observing others, and you can never concentrate. So this is the truth. This is how Trump wants everybody to be. Fear, fear, fear. That's his end game, and that's how he wins. Okay. So this is it. But the thing is, like, you can't. The reality is that he can't put anybody down. That's the reality. He cannot put anybody down because he is. That's what I'm saying. He's a clown. Okay. So now going back to her here. So she told the truth. She told the exact truth, and she's very knowledgeable. She had a lot of information. She gave a lot of names. She had emails. She knows it all. She was keeping, she said, it's saying here, she was keeping all this information because she knew one day she would get to tell her story. She was very hurt about how she was treated, okay, and all of that. So this is it, okay? But John saying fear is working with Senate Republicans. I don't think this is only fear, John. I think it's about power. That's different. I think it's different if you're in, quote unquote, in the lower position. I think the Senate Republicans, they're not just afraid, they want power. That's the difference. They're willing to sacrifice, an unstable person for power. Because, I think a lot of times, a lot of guys, like those types of powerful men, they're not really afraid of Trump because they will never suffer the consequences as the people who vote for them, So interesting, huh? Interesting. Okay, so now going back to her. So she told the truth. Everybody believed her, and I see Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan's like, wait, but do you know? Are you friends with Peter Strzok? Are you friends with Peter Strzok? Are you friends with Peter Strzok? I know you. I know you. I know you're friends with Peter Strzok. I know you. I know you. I know. Marie. I know you. I know you. So it's like they try to make it, and she's looking at them like she's looking at them like, what the fuck, stop the bullshit. She's not playing some game. Like, it's so obvious that this whole thing is totally powerless. You know what I mean? So it's total joke. It's over. The era is over when you speak the truth. That's it. And not the truth in terms of like how James Comey was talking about, this is about defending the country. You know, it's more like, this is my life. I was a victim of this. This is how what I experienced. So you know, so it's interesting. It's very interesting to see it from the perspective, you know, guys, you know, for example, you know, was giving me a very interesting example. You know, like one of the things, guys, that I love, to be honest, sometimes is like you read about companies. I love Glassdoor reviews of jobs. Have you ever? I love going to Glassdoor and reading about in like work environments. Okay, because you hear the stories about the people who work there, not the ones that have the high level jobs, not the ones that day to day that you get the pulse of what's going on. And that's why it's obviously she's not the low level person, she's a high level person, but she's telling the truth on a day-to-day basis, on a day-to-day level, not what people want to hear. You know, so that's why it's so valuable what she's saying, because it's the day-to-day, you know. Oh my god, I love the reviews. So it just, you can tell a lot by the way, by what's written in those reviews. Okay, so same thing here, except that she's very high level. It's, you know, it always feels very truthful when you read those work reviews, because people really tell, you know, how they feel about it and why, and in a way that feels, you don't know who they are. It's not the point of who they are or what they look like or anything. It's just a story, and you kind of connect with the story. You know, it always rings true. So anyway, so it's like, yeah, this is it. It's like nobody gets saying like she brings them all down. It's saying, okay. So okay, so guys, it brings it all down. She brings everybody down without theater. That's what's amazing. She's just telling the truth. She tells the truth, and it brings everybody down. Like everybody who's trying to, because guys, okay, you know what I would love? If Giuliani was in the room with her, bring him and let him confront her. You know, like think about it. Like he's just, it's like it's say, oh, interesting. You know, this thing here, no, Rose, you know why those people are always yelling? They're always histrionic because they're lie. Because the person who tells the truth doesn't have to be histrionic, doesn't have to be dramatic. They just tell it like it is, and that's it. Like imagine I'm rooting, like, you know what I mean? It's like, so you know, right? You can't say, you can use that. Those people can't be confronted. And I just wish that they would, the people that are attacked, that they would be confronted. You know, that they would bring the person who attacks them into, this is why, guys, you know what I also wished? I wish the Democrats and many people would sue for defamation. The people that are, I know it's complicated and it has a lot of money, and, you know, it's very expensive, but it's so wrong. Like if I were like a billionaire, I would fund all these lawsuits. Sue for defamation, okay? It's so awful to be creating, you know, it's basically, and that's what she said. She said something like, I read this thing. She said something like, oh, it shows that anybody with fiction and innuendo can win. This is wrong. Yeah. So anyway, so this is it now, guys. So okay, so now how does, let me now, I'm actually, if now that we are here, guys, I'm actually really enjoying the, for some reason I'm sitting in a different chair. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, I'm really enjoying it now that, you know, just it feels like more, maybe I'm closer to the screen, a more direct conversation. So okay, so let me just go back here. Okay, so all right, so Marie Yovanovitch. So what it means for her, okay, let me go see now. Today is, let's say, October 11th. So let's go in a month and 2 months. So let me show, there she is today, talking to the Congress people. And next, where is she gonna be November 11th? She goes courthouse. I see her. See me, Southern District. I see Southern District. Yeah. So guys, you know, I see, you know what I think, guys? I think, oh, you know, that's our grand jury. There is a grand jury. And I'm on the way. I am Marie Yovanovitch. You'll be regretting you got me fired, huh? I know what you did to me. It's part of a bigger crime. I know you'll go to jail, and I'll be hero forever. I stood up for my country. I told the truth. I'll be a big witness. I'll tell All I know, I have a whole lot of documents. You're a bunch of clowns, clowns that go to jail, huh? No, seriously, guys. I see her because she's gonna tell her story a lot. So we're gonna listen to her talk about it because the whole case is about her, and she knows she's a witness, guys. So it's amazing. It's amazing because, and I think it's because I told you, I think this is obviously not going to happen right away, but I see her in a courtroom with Judy. Judy is defendant. So defendant Giuliani, please rise. Defendant Giuliani, please rise. The judge is here. So, so, so it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it's funny. It's a little fun here, because because that's it. She's gonna talk, and they're gonna have to, guys, and this is how amazing, because can you imagine all those people who live off of propaganda? They now have to stand up and look at the person in the eye and say, I am the person you talk all this shit about, and now I'm gonna put you in jail. I'm gonna put you in jail. Because the worst thing that I think here for example, a case of a person like her is that she's not even a candidate. She is not a politician, but she's being used, and as if she wasn't even human. The way they are treating her is terrible, you know. So it's fascinating. So she's gonna go. Okay, so but let me just go forward. So yeah, she's gonna be participating in a lot of things. Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense. Okay, Darlene, it's not. No, can you imagine? I can totally imagine, because what is he doing? He was doing some. He was sharing the propaganda he was supposed to share. It was on purpose. Okay. So that is even evidence that he was in on it, because that's what it is. They choose people to attack because it's like, well, we need to get our corruption going, so we're going to attack random. Like, that woman is random. It's like I was saying, it's not even as if she's like Biden's. I'm not saying it's okay that you can attack Biden's child, but she's not, has nothing to do with anything. So why attack someone like her? I know. I mean, I understand why for them. It's important to attack her, but it's so stupid. So awful, so awful. And he's gonna pay price. He'll pay price. Yeah, I know him. I know you pay price. So okay, so next. Okay, so she's gonna be testifying, guys, and I think I see her receiving a medal from the next president or whatever, medal for courage. Okay, to have, she stood up. Think about it, guys, against all these mobsters. Okay, against all these mobsters. So interesting. Okay, so next. Okay, so what it means for her, okay, what it means for Trump. Trump is so angry, he's throwing things, but he's powerless. Because, guys, when sometimes, if you know in your life, sometimes bullies, when they encounter the wrong person, they get something really changes in them, because they realize there's nothing they can do. There's just nothing. Some people are just like Teflon to them. They don't care. They don't budge. They don't. I don't care. I don't know. They don't. It doesn't change them. They don't care. They just don't care. Okay. Like, the other person doesn't care, and they're like, oh, but I'm not. If I don't wait, what? It's not working anymore. What am I doing wrong? Like, I'm not yelling loud enough. The person doesn't care, and they're screwed. Okay. So that's the story here. Okay. And next. So that's what I think. Trump is totally like flabbergasted. Oh, and he's running for the. That's what I was telling you guys. He's running for the exit. He wants to leave because he realizes his con game doesn't work anymore. Okay, he's having a hard time. He loves to be the con, but when the con game doesn't work, he, like all con artists, when they realize they're not getting what they want, they try to leave. And that's the thing. He's stuck. He can't just leave like that. I mean, he can, but then he has to see, what does he prefer? Humiliation in public or the police? You have a choice. You can choose the president. You want to choose? You can choose between two options. One is the feds. You go to jail. We take everything you have, but you have another option. The truth about you will be known all over, the world. So I think he's buried. That's what I was telling you guys. He's going to barricade in the White House. Even if this thing goes through, he's going to barricade there. Okay. So interesting. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I think very interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So this is it. Okay. Oh my God, can you imagine? I guess I can imagine. I know. I know it. I can imagine. So, but this is it. So okay. All right, so next. So not next. I keep saying this, but okay. So now what about Giuliani? Giuliani. What about Giuliani? She's gonna be witness, and she's going to look at him in the eye. She's gonna tell what she thought about him and his joke. Because guys, he's not. I don't even know the amount of crimes he's committed. I can't. I'm not obviously. I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the lawyer. But he was running his shadow foreign policy, as people were saying, right? He was doing all of those things, and then, oh my God, yeah. So he's confronted because guys, these people, Giuliani and Trump are both clowns. They are like acting. They're like, oh, what about like, you know? So you know what I'm saying? So it's just that it's, oh my God. So this is it, guys. You know, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And okay, so next. So this is it. He's gonna go to trial. Wow. And he goes to, guys, I see Giuliani being in a prison suit. Okay, I see Giuliani. I see him in a prison suit. And then they're reading the indictment, not the indictment. The what is it called? The there's a jury, and they come conclusion, and he gets like they got plenty of year. He got years in prison. He got several years, guys, sentence. And I see that he has like his hair. He's you know what I mean. He's not wearing the fancy suit. He's wearing the prison suit, and he has the hair like this or whatever, right? So interesting. Yeah. So it's not, but it's one of he guys, because I think he's so screwed on something, because I told you I think it's Rico, but I also think it's like it's a lot. It's a lot of things, okay? Yeah. But okay, guys, this is the thing. Can I tell you? Okay, don't ask me these questions. Like, are they going to try to hurt somebody? Are they going to? What are the bad things? I don't care. I don't ask. Don't. Okay, let's just like I was saying. Let's not try to guess the negative. Okay. I don't want to ask those kind of questions. I feel like I was saying. I almost feel like there's nothing here. What is this woman has done? What has she done? She's not, she's just a national security expert, right? And they've tried to hurt everybody who works in that field who's not on their side, okay, obviously. Okay. All right. So, okay. And also, I just wanted to say too that this woman is not completely innocent. I just want to say this, guys. Anybody who works for Trump is not innocent. Okay. I'm not saying that, and maybe she's probably going to say nice, interesting things for us, but she's not so innocent. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, but those people who are professional, don't they know what Trump has been doing all this time? Everything benefits Russia. Don't you think? Like, I'm sorry, like, oh, really? I just realized today. I just realized today. Yeah. So, okay. So anyway, so what's going on now? So this is it, guys. She's gonna put everybody down. She's gonna get her revenge. She's gonna go now. The one person I didn't ask about is Pompeo, and I'm kind of curious about him because there's another guy who quit today who said he, right. So what's going on? Okay, well, how is the Pompeo gonna feel, guys? Pompeo, I see his hands, kind of like he's like losing grip. Pompeo's losing his grip. Okay. Can I tell you what I see? God willing, I'm not wishing. I just wanted to say I'm not wishing anything bad on him or anything like that. Not that I do not like him at all. Never have. Can I tell you what I see? I see him like, okay, I'm really gonna do what I see. Okay, so if I could, there's Pompeo there. He's like losing his grip, and then he does this. Like, I think he dies of a heart attack. Okay, that's I'm not saying I don't know how. And I'm not saying like I'm not wishing, but I feel like I do, because I told you guys the first. I also saw that he was being led away by the police of the in Washington, right? I don't see him living for much longer. I really don't. Okay, that's just my sense about him. Okay, because the whole thing about his whole life has been a lie. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like his whole life has been this, like, he's so fake. They're all fake, the people who are like this. But but he's in a, you know, think about the danger this guy is in. Now, these are the people, guys, that you should think about. Who is it? Because we're always like, are you afraid they're going to the criminal? We should not be afraid of criminals. Okay. Oh, you know, oh my God. Oh, wow. He's so, no. These are the people that should be afraid, not us. You know, he should be afraid, not the Fiona person, because he's, you know, he's committed serious crimes, right? Distress, exactly, unhealthy. That's right. And he looks very unhealthy already. And and as you know, if you've been watching the videos, I always see him having a short life out of everyone. Okay, honestly, I'm not wishing. I'm just saying I see him eventually. He can't handle, because you know what it is. I think, and I don't know how. You know, I don't know. I believe it's probably natural to a degree. Okay, his death. I don't think he wants to live if he is found out. He's outed. Okay. You know what I mean? I think some of these people are like, you know, they're like religious cults or something. That's because of, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's like him. He has like a, you know, it's a religious cult kind of mentality. They has to be that, or I'd rather die. Okay. So okay, so that's what I think. I think she, you know, the boat. Let me see. I'm just going to ask here 1 second. The card doesn't make sure. So is he? Is he going to live along? Just good question. Is it going to be okay with Pompeo? Tell me about Pompeo after Mary Yovanovitch speaks. What's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to him? Asserting. Oh, let's see. Asserting himself, is he? Okay. Oh, judgment negative. Oh, yeah, really interesting. Breakthrough. Oh, interesting. Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Sorry, creep. I see Rosa. She creep. She's creepy. She's creepy. She's creepy. Okay, crying. He crying. Crying children. Crying. Military attack, huh? So I don't know, guys. I kind of wanted to see if he's gonna die or something. No, but it's, yeah. I just feel like these people, out of all of them, I think Pompeo has the last. He has the prognosis for him is not so good, because he really is, guys. What I was telling you, the thing about the cult mentality is that the whole time they speak with a straight face about, they believe there's this really, I really think he thinks the religious thing is right, that the world, Jesus come, whatever, like in that way that is very creepy. Okay, worry, his sad news about, he's very worried. Look, he's worried about the letter, the information that's coming out. And this is the Hillary emails, right? So in other words, he knows it's downhill from here for him. Downhill for him. Downhill. And see, guys, this is interesting because it shows his fortune here. The great fortune is connected to the baby. And there's grief and adversity. In other words, he knows. He just knows that this is the end. This is the end. My only friend. The end. Right? So, okay. Okay, so next. So now, sorry guys, I was on for a long time. Okay, so on about this. So Marie showed up defiantly, the first person I can think of who decided to tell the truth no matter what. Will there be more? Will there be more? But guys, I see, because you know who I'm seeing next? It's the guy from it's that guy from Raytheon, the guy who was the defense person. Mark Asper, I'm sorry his name, but Mark Asper, you know what I'm talking about, the acting the first defense secretary. So the guy, I don't see him telling the full truth either, because I feel like he's thinking, okay, I work for Raytheon, or I was like, I had a job selling arms or whatever. These people don't want to look like, they don't want any controversy. Okay, so it's like they want to go with whatever the mainstream or whatever the boss wants, because that's kind of this is the corporate mentality, right? If you work in a corporation, you want to think about it. If you go to HR, right, you probably don't want, it's sort of like you kind of have to buy, how like a lot of corporations, especially with the whole tech thing, it's all about this kind of cult. Everybody's like has to repeat the same thing that the boss says. It's similar, okay? So yeah, so it's telling me Iran Contra that there's the whole part of something else of it's going to come out. It's connected to arms sales, and there's a whole other thing. So the people that are going to tell the truth are still heroes, okay? In the sense that it's not the people that were appointed by Trump, most likely they will not tell the truth. Just because they feel like it's sort of a corporate idea. You know, a lot of them are corporate. It's like, oh, I tell what the boss wants me to say. I do what the boss wants. I'm not a person. You know, it's this idea that you buy into the collective, into whatever the boss says, and that's it. So the next person I see is the guy Gordon Sutherland, and I still think he does the thing that a lot of Republicans do when they testify, kind of like Barr. He kind of like bullshits a little bit, and he comes off as an idiot. I don't think, like I said, I don't think he'll tell the truth either. Or he may try to, point it like, oh, I was just doing the best for President Trump. Okay. Yeah, I know about, okay, let's focus on right now, okay? I know all about that, indivisible. Yeah, I've done my research on this, but this is not the point of right now. So I don't want to go to it, okay? I don't want to go into like another thread. That is not the point right now. Just because I have to, okay? All right. So that's the story. Now let's so what about Fiona Hill? How is that going to be, Fiona Hill? Well, she's going to talk about how Trump sided with Russia. Okay, he sided with Russia and stuff like that. But for some reason, how she believes that his actions benefited Russia. But the problem is something about her is not going to be as good as Marie Yovanovitch, because she worked there. She was still, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of strange knowing what you know, that she somehow, you know what I mean? I feel like she has information, but it doesn't seem to feel as powerful as Marie Yovanovitch. Because everybody knew that Trump changed the policy towards Russia. So it's not as if, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you were working for the guy. Is that news for you now? You just somehow, what were you thinking? Like, what were these people thinking? What was wrong with these people? Like, but she knew. Okay, she knew. And I'm getting here that she's connected to John Bolton. I don't know if it's true, but she's in that sort of like mindset of old school, what they call neocons. Okay, so it's kind of like that old school mindset or something, like John Bolton or something like that, like more aggressive foreign policy. But it's because the thing here, the important thing here is that they have to nail down, how do I say it? Somebody saying, oh, Trump, okay, so let's say we go there and say, oh, Trump, he did things that benefited Russians, this and that. Well, you don't have to be a specialist to know that. Everybody knows that, right? So unless there is specific information that shows, in other words, I don't feel like she's going to say, like you're saying, like Indivisible, for example, Dmitry Firtash, he's this Ukrainian oligarch that's financed a lot of the things that we're seeing today, and especially his money. He's the guy who's connected to the two guys who were arrested, and the Dmitry Firtash is living in Vienna. That's why they were. Remember how yesterday we're like, why were they going to Vienna? They were going to Vienna because they're connected to this oligarch who's now in prison in Vienna, house arrest or something in Vienna, awaiting and trying to fight extradition to the U.S. Okay. So as I was saying, unless she comes and says, here is evidence, I saw intelligence indicating that Trump was speaking, it's like, you have to have more than just that. Otherwise, that's just obvious. And what is not obvious is, why did you stay? You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think she's very angry. Okay, why is this woman angry? Why is she? Didn't she know that? What is the difference? What is the difference? What made her upset? Was she, because Trump is enriching him? Like, but I still don't get, okay, Trump is enriching himself and his family, and he's hurting the State Department. And it's like, I'm sorry, really? Did you just figure that out? Did you just figure that out? Really? Really? Okay, I'm sorry, like, I don't know. I'm still like, but she was nominated by Trump, right? I think she's not like this lady in Ukraine. Anyway, so this is the story. Okay, so it looks bad, but not as bad. Like I was saying, what looks really bad is the connection, is what's happening in the Southern District. Okay, when there's actual evidence. Okay, all right. So now, next question: will Bolton testify regarding Ukraine? Now that would be a really interesting person. I think actually Bolton would have more credibility in some weird way. I don't know why I think that. Okay, because there's all these things saying that he got mad or something. Why did Bolton, get upset over this? Okay, what is it that Bolton? Why was it? Oh, because as I said, he was a quote unquote a neocon, and he was still. But didn't he go to Russia? That's the thing. Didn't he go to Russia? I saw him on videos going to Russia and saying that, but he is saying, oh, but not to the extent. Okay, that's right. He's saying here, I get it. I now understand. Okay, it's saying here that he thought, and he's right, that it's one thing to sort of like bring Russia into the loop, and it's another to be submissive to Russia, and that's what Trump is and was. And that is the difference. The difference is not that necessarily just that he's bringing Russia into the picture, is that he's doing whatever Russia wants because he wants to benefit his own personal, you know what I'm saying? So that makes a lot of sense, actually. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay. But why do I feel like that he has more? For some reason, I feel like there's more gravitas to what he's saying, because we know him and he has a history for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why, guys. It's not that I don't like this woman, Fiona, but it's just that it feels like it feels different. Okay, maybe he has more anecdotal evidence. Like I was in one meeting, and I was, because also, guys, I remember watching on MSNBC. How a lot of people were saying, well, why was John Bolton not involved? That was his job. That was something he was supposed to be part of. But, there was Trump putting this random guy, Sunderland, in charge. Instead, the people that were supposed to be dealing with this were not. They're not in the loop. Why? It seems very shady to them, okay? So that's the story. So now, what's next? So what happens then? Guys, it's saying here, what happens next is like, it's going to be another Iran-Contra, because then they're going to take apart. It's like the same thing again, Iran-Contra, the arms sales is the next step. And they're going to unravel the whole thing and everybody involved in arms sales. And I'm seeing the woman, guys, that woman that I always talk about, Andrea Thompson. She was involved. She was in the State Department involved in arms sales. And she's the lady, I always talk about her. She's the woman whose wedding was officiated by Maria Butina's boyfriend. Oh, it's very, very nice. Very nice, normal. Can you believe that she's the woman who, in 2017, after this whole thing, after the election, she had Maria Butina as a guest. No, I think it's very, okay. And she has 30 years of experience in the intelligence services. Like, what kind of person who works in intelligence is going to be like, oh, yeah, let's have her here. She's very legit. Like, okay, I'm sorry. It's so strange to me that they would. So she has to be shady. So she's going to come back into the picture because there's going to be, guys, a huge investigation. It's not just going to be this impeachment. It's not going to just be the trying to get the guy, Marie Yovanovitch out and getting the seats in the gas companies. It's going to also be about the arms sales. So guys, all those military, oh my God, I hope so. All the military deals that were done in the Trump administration are going to be reviewed. And I think a lot of them are going to be canceled, to be honest, most of them, because it has a lot to do with kickbacks. Okay. It's kind of like I was saying, Iran Contra, the same thing, you know, quid pro quo to a degree, right? So, okay. Okay. All right. So, okay, guys, do we have the answers here about this? I'm going to change the topic. Okay. Let me know if you have questions. I have questions. Have questions. Because okay, let me know. Let me know. All right. Because I'm going to change the subject. All right. I'll change the subject. All right. So court. Okay, guys. Well, this is important. Court of Appeals rules against Trump in the tax return case. Okay, so, and then Shala asked, Trump loses appeal to stop House subpoena of his tax documents. If the Supreme Court doesn't take this case, that's it, done. Trump's tax returns are turned into Congress. Okay. So this is a story. Okay. So this is a story. I want to know. Okay, I want to know. So what is it now going to Trump's taxes? So what is the Supreme? Because as we know, guys, Trump is counting on the Supreme Court because finally he feels like he got all the corrupt people in there. So what's going to happen? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to succeed? What's going to happen to the tax returns? Is the Supreme Court going to get involved? What the hell? Oh, guys, it's very interesting. Very interesting. So what I see now, it's that the people in the Supreme Court who were appointed by Trump don't want to get involved with him. Kavanaugh, he's very smart in the sense that he knows, okay, let's get real. His whole thing is not legit. But the people who put him there are not necessarily just Trump. It's the people who put him there were what's his name? Were oh my God, what is it? What's the word? We're the conservatives, okay? So they're trying to like wash his hands off of Trump, and I think he's gonna, because I'm pretty sure, guys, if once you appoint somebody to the Supreme Court, you can't fire them, okay? So they're gonna be like, oh, he's gonna focus on the stuff that he really matters to him, like abortion or whatever you call it, and I think they're not gonna want to touch it, not at least the tax stuff, okay? So what about the, okay, so what about the impeachment? Because then the next question I had, guys, so let me focus here. So what's going to happen next with the tax returns of Trump? The House gets it. Yeah, I told you guys, it's going to be there and it's going to show the same people. Oh my God, that's right. The guy, the Dmitry Firtash person could also be one of the people who lent him money in the past. Okay. So that's why he's one of the people that Trump knows him well, I think, the Trump and the, Kushners or whatever. So yeah, it's the final nail in the coffin. I think it's in November 31st, the latest. It's nail in the coffin. That they're going to make it, I don't know that they're going to make it public, but he's like, here's the evidence of the fact that he took all this Russian money, and this is why he doesn't want to tell us. Okay, it's soon. I think soon, not far. Okay. Not far. Okay, so what else? Yeah, I think he's gonna, and I see, guys, Trump in a room like trying to kick the walls, and he can't come out. He can't leave. Then this is the thing about Trump. He can't leave the White House because he's gonna get arrested, and he can't. You know what I mean? And also he can't stay. You see what I'm saying? So he's going crazy, and that's when I think he loses it. Okay, losing the marbles, and I think the 25th Amendment is evoked. I really, it's kind of like they try to push him out, and they're gonna say, oh, we had to do the 25th Amendment or whatever because motherfucker's crazy. So this is it. The truth is, guys, you know what I think? I really do think that I've always thought that the truth about who Trump really is comes out during his presidency. It doesn't come out after he leaves. In other words, he's not going to be able to keep his secrets secret. That's what I really think. Okay. So I think it's going to come out saying, yeah, Thanksgiving, he's like, I see him trying to do a Thanksgiving. He's like he's hiding. He's very nervous. He's like, no, 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 no. Like, okay. Oh my God, the order is saying the taxes will be turned in over 7 days. Exactly, Bits. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Guys, did you see? It was funny because I had seen that people were drugging him, and he looked drugged. Don't you think he looked like he was on drugs? I think they're pumping him with whatever drugs. Okay, that's what I think. It's all coming out. He's not, because guys, it's not as if you have to like create some narrative. It's like, okay, and this is the thing that I don't, what it is, like in the past, nobody believed that a person like Trump would ever become president, right? Because he's basically, there's no law that says you have to have your taxes out. I feel like all those people, guys, who are dominated by a party, there should be a law that says there's going to be a security investigation into your background, and, you better like be clean or something. Is that a lot to, I know people have complex lives and everything like that, but I just don't want a shady person who's president like that. That's shady. No, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying that, but I just don't want a person to be owned by foreign powers. Okay, that's it. It's not hard. Okay. So anyway, so this is it. It's not like it's saying, it's not as if you have to dig very far, but Trump was such a good bully that he pushed people away. Okay, he pushed people away. Okay, and that's it. Okay, very interesting. And I think, guys, I see Kavanaugh. It's so interesting. Kavanaugh's like giving the side eye, like, I don't know who. I don't know him. I don't know him. Yeah, no, Christine. There's no. It's not about vetting process. Okay. There's no law that requires. Okay, it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't think there's a law that says you have to pass a security thing, whatever. It's not the same. Okay. So, all right. There isn't. I know. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. There's no law. It's like people have always done that, but it's not supposed to. There's not something, it's not like against the law to not give your tax returns. It's just that everybody does. Okay. It's known. It's a thing. Okay. So that's why he exploited those loopholes. Okay. So anyway. Okay. So next. And guys, the other thing is like people like, for example, if the media, like the New York Times or whatever, spend time digging, I mean, they really honing into his finances and saying this guy is a mobster. Instead, they were like, oh look, Hillary, she has email. Hillary has email. Hillary email. She put on server email. Yeah, email. Hillary. Like think about it. They made a thing. They really attacked Hillary and stuff like that. So that's it. They were focusing on bullshit. Okay. So this is the story. Now moving on here. Okay. Speaking of, okay, so will they? No, they're not going to touch the tax returns. And what about the impeachment? Now, what's going to happen, guys? I always think he's going to be removed. So, but let me see. Is the Supreme Court going to play any part in his removal? I'm curious about this. Is the Supreme Court going to play any role in his removal? I feel like this is the thing. I feel like the people who are, Kavanaugh is very clever. Like I was saying, he's a sociopath also. For some reason, guys, I don't like Gorsuch as a person, but I think he's better than Kavanaugh in some way. And I think, okay, for some reason, I feel like they don't want to get involved by principle, at least for now, So because they know that Trump is a criminal. And they know that they feel like, oh, we're just conservatives. We're not criminals like him. Okay, we're not as bad as him. So they kind of want to wash their hands off of Trump. And I think they already were like, in the back of their minds, they kind of felt like they would have to get involved in this somehow. But I don't think it really gets to the point where they will have to get involved. They are prepared to get involved. They're kind of mentally prepared for it. But I don't think they will have to, okay? Because the situation is really far worse than we think. Okay, I have 10 minutes, guys. So moving on here, okay? More questions. So why Ale F asked, why did Barr see, because some people asked before, why did Barr see Murdoch? Before I tell you her full question, I don't think he's necessarily really connected to this. But anyway, let's just say, coincidentally, Shep Smith, one of the two serious journalists at Fox News, said he was leaving Fox News today, implying it was his decision. But he was escorted out by security, which makes it seem that he was fired. Did Barr ask for Smith to be fired? Okay, so tell me first the meeting with Murdoch. So it's kind of interesting. I think Murdoch is pretty sick, or he's recovering from some sort of sickness, like a physical sickness. And there he's like, they're sitting across the table from each other, and and I see that Murdoch looks at him like, wow, how far have things changed? People lost their dignity. I'm not saying that he's a good person at all, but I feel like he's just the instinct, that this guy, I'm not defending Murdoch in any way, but he seems to understand that things have changed. He seems to understand that he has a finger on the pulse in some way, even though he was the one who wanted Brexit to happen. He's all of it like that. Okay. So even though he played a role, he's a kind of a survivalist. And that's why he's been successful all this time, is that he understands the moment of change. And if he he's thinking, I don't know, I'm just seeing, this is like from his perspective. He's thinking, if I go with Trump, everything that he's starting to think, everything that Trump touches dies. So I have to survive. I have to survive this. And he's just thinking that. So then Barr tells him, and he sees Barr as a very small person. He's like, this guy is to be dignified. There he is, like doing something that Trump wants. How pathetic, he thinks to himself. So he's asking, because this is the thing, he's saying that he needs, he's like sort of arguing with him. You guys, we need you to win. We need you guys in order to win. Okay. And I don't know that he's threatening him. I don't think he is. And I think that he's also recording him. He's not stupid, Murdoch, he's not stupid. So in case he's going to threaten him or something like that. So I just feel like he's actually asking, as almost like you ask for a political donor, like, oh, please help us or something. He's asking for help. And he's saying that I need your help in this. I need your help because we have to win this. And it's a tough road ahead. Okay. And I think what I think he does is he's nodding. He's like, okay, I get it. Okay. And he's not saying what he's going to, guys, I'm getting ready. Okay. So to leave. So I'm preparing a little bit, but it's interesting because he doesn't, like, how do you say it? He doesn't really, he doesn't promise anything. He doesn't say something specific. I don't think he agrees with what he wants. I don't think, okay, let me just then ask, is Murdoch supporting Trump now, right now? Is he going to support Trump regardless? He's like, no, I can't. Because it's sort of like that. It's like he's known that Trump committed crimes and so forth there, but he's sort of like you see what I'm saying? It's sort of like, he's not stupid enough to think that Trump would stand up. How do I say this? Trump wants him to do something for him that Trump himself would never do for Murdoch. In other words, right? Doesn't come in. He doesn't say it. He's like, okay, I understand. He just says something like that, but he's not gonna tell to his face. He's like, wake up, bitch. The world has. He sort of said. He says something like to the effect of, have you noticed how I think things are changing a little. He says something like this, that's all he says. He doesn't say I will. He doesn't say, I don't feel like he says something like that. Okay. I also feel like he talks to him about Fox is under investigation of some sort. Okay. So he's kind of, I don't explain it. I think he talks, there's something, he knows that there's something coming. Okay. But I don't think, first of all, I don't think that Murdoch is impressed by Barr in any particular way. He doesn't think that Barr is the big person. He's just another employee of Trump's, and Trump has lost his marbles. He went too far. Okay. And he's like, he thinks that, okay, so, but what does he do? He's like, okay, I got he's basically was a messenger from Trump, and he wants some things. And he's, like I said, I don't see him bulging. I don't see him doing what, I don't see, I don't see him doing what is asked. I don't think he does. Okay. So he's just like, okay, so what does he want? He wants a certain, he's asking for a specific thing, a certain kind of coverage. He wants a certain talking points or whatever. Okay, and then he's, promises like some access, but no, he knows. I feel like Murdoch knows the guy's going down in 2 months latest. He just knows it. He's a smart guy. He knows. Okay, so this is his story, and he's sick, and he doesn't care anymore. I don't think. Okay, not as much. His kids are taking over and stuff like that. Okay, so no. So then let's move then to the part of the question. Yeah. So okay. So the next part of the question. Well, it's not. I don't care. It's not about. I don't know, guys. That's not the point. The point is not who asked him. Is like. That I just wanted to say what he thought. Now the next part of the question is whether he's involved in Shep. What is his name? Shep Smith's fire. Is he involved in Shep's? Why? Let me just ask, because sometimes guys I get mad at, and I'm like, oh, when people ask questions, when you have an assumption, it's never good to, I always prefer to find out what happened than to go with the assumption. So in this case, there's the assumption that somehow he's involved. I personally don't know that it is, but let's find out. So instead of asking whether he's involved, let's find out what were the circumstances for the leaving. He could say yes or no. I could see him, or yes or no. But why is Shep Smith leaving? What's going on here? Why is he leaving? Okay. Yeah, you know what I see, guys, it's fascinating. I see that there's a lot of, and I've read new articles about this. There's a lot of changes at Fox News, and you know what I see? I see him yelling, screaming matches with Hope Hicks out of Hope. Because she has a very high level job there. She's I think she's communications director, but obviously she's connected to Trump. So he doesn't want to do. You know what I think? I think he's like he feels humiliated. This is the thing. I think it has more to do with his own career. It has more to do with like the fact that he feels like Fox is going down. He's a quote unquote conservative from his perspective, but he doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't. How do I say this? He feels that the network is prioritizes people like Hannity and the other guy Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham, and he knows that the stuff that he does and the stuff he talks about is not the stuff that is not extremist enough. Okay, so he's like, I don't, but it's more like a career decision in the sense that he feels like he can't get promoted. Those people, when sometimes when you feel like I hit the glass ceiling, I have a glass ceiling. He's not a woman, but that's what it feels like. He's talented, he's a smart person, but there's no place for him there. There's just like, you know what I mean? I feel like he could go to like CNBC. There's places he could go that still would not be, he's still, but he feels that if he goes there, he stays there, it's like he can't. He just feels like there they are giving huge salaries to people like Hannity and that guy Tucker Carlson. He hates it. He doesn't want to. And also, like I was saying, he's another person who knows that things are changing. Things are really bad for Trump, and that things are, so he wants to leave before the impeachment happens. Because if see what I'm saying, so it's kind of like, it's the idea of the sinking ship here. The only people, guys, let's get real, the only people who are not leaving are the ones that have a lot to lose. Think about it. Exactly. Like so like, of course Tucker Carlson and Hannity are going to be with Trump until the end, because that's all they have. It's all they are. Okay, so let me just, now that I see, guys, this is why I want to ask the question. So now let's see, is Barr connected to the decision of Shep Smith? Is Barr connected to the decision of Shep Smith? Yes or no? No, I really don't. I tell you why, guys. I see. You know what I see? Who I am surprised here? I guess that Hope Hicks seems to be. I don't know why I see her so much here. She wanted him fired. Okay, she hates him because he refused to do the Trump talking points. Okay, that she got from the White House or whoever. You know what I mean? So she wanted him fired. and he tells her, he speaks his mind, he's not afraid or whatever. So so that's it. I feel like he's like, because that's the thing, guys. He wants a promotion, he wants his own show, but good, you know what I mean? I think he's it's pretty good. I don't know, but think about it, because he feels like those guys are such idiots. And there was a fight. Do you remember how like he was talking shit about them on air, and that was not something he supposedly could have done or should have. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean, right? So he was talking shit about these people on air, and he just doesn't respect them. He shouldn't respect them. But so he wants another life for himself, and he feels like he's there's not much, like he can't go anywhere if it stays at what I mean, at Fox. Okay, so I think honestly, I think it's possible that Barr could have mentioned him. Oh, look, that guy, he doesn't say what Trump wants, but it's not about that. I really, I think that there was already pressure from inside the network for him to say what they want to hear, but he didn't want to. You see what I'm saying? So like, so that's interesting. Okay, right? And then sorry, here I'm putting away things because I'm leaving soon. But like, guys, today it was really interesting. Okay, because I feel so relaxed, even though there was a lot of tech problems at the beginning. I still feel like it was a really good. I don't know. I feel so relaxed. It was like visions. It was like really, really interesting for my house. It was like, I don't know if you feel it, but that's my sense. I just feel today was good in a different way than usual. Different mode. Yeah. So, okay, more questions here. So, okay. So then, just the last question here, Bella. What is guys? This is a complicated question, okay? But let me just address it quickly. So, what is going on with the trade deal in China? With China, what's up with the trade deal in China with China? China is suffering. They're saying they're suffering. Their economy is suffering in some way. Okay, it's not good for them, but they don't want to do anything harsh because they feel. And it's interesting. I think it was one of you. I forgot who it was. I think it was. It may have been Ellen. She said something like, "It's so interesting. China. It's admirable how they have stayed on for so long." And I agree in the sense that I feel like they have this like old school, old culture, and they don't do things that are harsh. But at the same time, I feel like they have this increasing more dictatorship, bigger dictatorship over there now, it sounds like. So okay, let's just see what's going on with China going forward. They're going to have to be more open again. It's a matter, because you know what it is? It's like those dictatorships work when the country is going up. When the country is going down, there's a lot of dissatisfaction. You know what I mean? So I think they may have to do some sort of reform, or not now. Okay, you see, but it's kind of like, it's interesting to see. So how is this going to be? I think the whole thing, what I feel like, guys, Trump is going to, I feel like there's not a lot of motion as long as Trump is in power. Okay, he's kind of like, he doesn't want any, let's get real, Trump doesn't want anything to work out. And okay, I have a question that I don't think I have ever asked like this. Why is it that Trump and Bannon hate China so much? I'm not saying, guys, that China is perfect or anything, but I'm always like, it's so strange that they like love Russia but hate China. Okay, I understand maybe because China is powerful, but I'm just like, it's so stupid to me. It seems so dumb. Okay, why is it that they scapegoat to China? Because he's like, man, do you remember the 80s? We used to hate Japan because of cars. Yeah, that's the same thing, man. We have to like hate China and stuff. It's like, we have to like have an enemy and stuff. Oh, that's right. They're saying it's not because they love enemies, right? Republicans love this concept of enemies and like having always like this, is that the straw man? I don't know. Is that right? No, I'm sorry. That's not the straw man, but it's like it's having the person they can blame on everything. Okay. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying, guys? So it's just like, so that's the story. Okay. So that's it. But anyway, so when Trump leaves, I think there's going to be a lot of time. There's going to be a lot of untangling to do. And I think they're going to undo most of it. But I just feel like Trump is the devil. Okay. He's all about destruction. So He's not. He's like a okay. He's a criminal. He's sort of like a person who he hijacked the country. Let's get real. That's what he's done, and he wants people to be afraid. He wants to be to he wants everyone to think that he can control our destiny in every sense. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Scapegoat, exactly. So that's why, and so he wants to, the more he suffers in terms of his political future, the more he has to create halting. He wants to stop things. Okay, you know what I mean? The more he, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. Okay, that's the situation here. Okay, that I see, and it's not gonna be. I think it'll be interesting to see. I just feel like in the future we're gonna have to again have more cooperation after Trump. Trump, guys, in a weird way, is sort of like a repetition of, it's like a second world war with less bloodshed. You know what I mean? Because we still have the whole thing with Syria, but he's like that kind of caustic, useless trash that he is. You know, and it's like, you know what I mean? He's like created so much. He's like he's thrown bombs and between in a relationship between countries and stuff like that. So that it is what it is. What are we gonna do? Okay. So just quickly, guys, I'm gonna take a break, okay, because I did the 5, in a row. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna, not this weekend. I don't think I'm gonna do readings, but what's next week? What's next week? And next week, Trump goes ballistic, tries to help Putin yet again, and he's stopped. Interesting, guys. Very interesting message here. So that he's gonna be stopped. So he tries to do, and it could be even the open air sky situation. And I think the Congress is going to do something harsh to stop him, even including the Senate. Okay, very interesting for Americans. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's the beginning of like cutting Trump's power for real. Okay, he's not. It's like basically he's welcomed to find. Let me show you the exit door just in case. Just in case. Okay, because that's it. That's it. They know him. His games are not cute anymore. Okay. Guys, I have to go, but everybody knows, everybody's realizing, even the Republicans, the price they have to pay for him. So, okay. So this is it, right? So this is it, guys. Interesting today. Okay, thank you for putting up with me. Okay, thank you. All right, right. So okay, all right. Oh, see you later, guys. All right, bye. Okay, bye.